China's Foreign Minister Yang Jiechi appeared before hundreds of journalists today as part of the National People's Congress. As Beijing's power and influence grows on the world stage, the country's leaders are coming under pressure to drop their don't get involved approach to foreign affairs. China correspondent Stephen McDonnell reports from the Great Hall of the People in Beijing.
China's state power is ever on the rise. This is driven by its economic strength and growing military might. What's more, as its place on the world stage grows larger, its diplomats are feeling the heat. There were plenty of questions to be asked of the foreign minister when he appeared at the National People's Congress. But as Yang Jiechi stepped out at the Great Hall of the People, he knew this would be a press conference with Chinese characteristics.
We will continue to stand for resolving regional and international issues, in particular those hotspots, through dialogue, consultation and negotiation, and play a responsible role as a big country.
In a media conference of nearly 2 hours, you'd expect the Chinese foreign minister to speak quite a bit about Syria, given the role Russia and China have played in blocking international intervention. Especially given that today allegations have emerged that anti-government patients have been tortured in a military hospital in Homs. These injured protesters are said to have been flogged and electrocuted by hospital staff loyal to the Assad regime. But with the questions all pre-vetted, this is as close as Yang Jiechi got to addressing the issues in Syria.
We firmly believe that people in the Middle East know best about the situation there. Issues in the Middle East region should be resolved by people in the Middle East, and the future and destiny of the Middle East region should be determined by the people there.
China's foreign policy position can basically be summed up by "we don't get involved in other countries' internal affairs," and you hear it said here often enough. Now, the reason for this is obvious. They don't want others to get involved here. But in the modern world, this is becoming increasingly difficult to sustain, especially as China's power grows. A couple of days ago, the Chinese government said it would increase its military budget this year by 11.2%. China says that this is completely normal for a developing country of its size, and actually many analysts agree. The problem is that this budget figure could be a complete fabrication, and neighbouring countries remain concerned despite China's reassurances that it does not represent a threat to anyone.
We will enhance the armed forces' capability to accomplish a wide range of military tasks, the most important of which is to win local wars.
The foreign minister was also asked if he was worried about the United States expanding its military presence in Australia and elsewhere in the region.
China and the US have more converging interests in Asia than anywhere else in the world. The trend in this part of the world, in my view, is peace, development and cooperation. They're all going strong in this region. This needs people's will, and it is unstoppable.
So in Asia, at least, there is optimism. Stephen McDonnell, Lateline.